My name's Kaveeks, and this is my 10,000-hour interview.
All right, Kaveeks. Let the people know where you're from.
I was born in Hawaii, and I was raised in Vegas, so I'm a 702 Sin City man. You know what I mean? Demigod. Yeah.
Okay.
But I rep 702, but the South Bay is like home. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, thank you. So your hair is long as fuck.
Thank you.
How long have you been growing your hair, and what's up with a hair care routine?
I use a lot. I've been growing my hair since. So I had one barber, and rest in peace. And he was my uncle. He crashed in a motorcycle stunt accident, and so that was the last person to cut my hair. So I've been growing my hair since the 10th grade. I cut it twice for myself to donate it. This is like my third time in getting like long again. And so my hair routine is deep condition once a week. Don't straighten your hair. Don't put acidic or cheap like hairspray or shampoos. You know what I mean? Try to like, if you can't buy the expensive shampoo, just don't wash your hair. Just like rinse it, I guess. You know. I don't brush my hair. I used to use my fingers and comb my hair with my fingers, like, 'cause of the curls and stuff. So I don't know. It's like that's kind of my routine. I do like a mayonnaise mask with honey, avocado, coconut milk, eggs, whites, and that's where it gets the shine and stuff like that.
Damn, I didn't know you was really about to get into details, but shit, I'm about to write some shit down. Oh my gosh. Okay, so doing research, of course, when I see that you do some producing as well. So do you feel that being a producer as well as a rapper gives you an advantage to those who aren't?
Okay. I'll take it as an advantage only because like I feel like I call like when I produce, I call it swimming. You know what I mean? Like you gotta like swim. Like you have to like get into the beat. Like I feel like a lot of rappers, everybody's really arrogant and they just kind of like skip on YouTube. They're just like skipping through shit. Like they're not really trying to swim with the producer and really try to like feel and see what the producer has created. You know what I mean? Like get into the mind of like the machine. You know, like gives you the umph or gives you the vibe to like even want to say your words or even want to like get hyped. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I feel that like it's not really so much an advantage, but more so like I'm finally feeling, you know what I mean, versus like it just has to be like all talk. You know
wow.
I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
For sure.
So I want to talk about drugs.
Yeah.
What would you say? Like, I honestly have so many questions about drugs, mainly. So, can you please tell me maybe like your first time, I guess, experiencing any type of drug whatsoever, and then maybe talk about your drug journey a little bit.
Drug journey. So, my first time experiencing drugs was at a young age.
Wait, hold on real quick. I think we might be doing something. Is she trying to get it? Okay. Yeah, I can edit it. Yeah. Okay.
So
go ahead, yep.
I started drugs at a young age, and not really so much like I've been doing it since a young age. I tried it, so I didn't like it at first. I tried smoking weed, didn't like it. This was like around like 6th grade. My upgrowing or upcoming as a kid and stuff like that. I was the oldest at 8. You know what I mean? My parents were both rock stars. They both party, so that's like my code word of like they're rock stars. You know, I'm not gonna call them addicts, but I feel we all have addictions and things like that. And my parents are great parents and great loving human beings. They just have something like addicted to, right, or whatever. Who doesn't? Some people are addicted to food, that's why we're fat, right? So I didn't have fat parents, you feel me? I was kidding. But so my parents, my dad was a big drug dealer. He was on America's Most Wanted for like 10 years. And we'll leave it at that. I'll let people do more research. And my mom was like, my dad saved my mom. You know, basically like my mom was always hurting. My mom was adopted, so my mom never knew what love was. You know what I mean? So like, that's kind of like where like the drug thing kind of came. It's like into unleash and find out what the unknown is and why would we hurt and want to fix our parents as a little kid, or wanting to fix our best friends, or our kids, or things like that. So like I had to grow up really fast. So like doing drugs was like a way to like kind of go and be who I wanted to be. Artistic, because it couldn't be artistic, with like a house full of thugs and gangbangers and all this other shit. It wasn't accepted, I wasn't accepted as being a black man. I wasn't accepted as being a Hawaiian man from either side of my family. So it was like trying to find like where I fit in. It was really complicated growing up, So I kind of felt like what my mom felt like, not knowing like what love was, and like having to have to be a rock star and do drugs and things like that. So when I was young, I tried it, didn't like it. It was heavy, and the heaviness came from like what drugs opened up my mind to, and like the feelings of being more connected to the emotions. And it was like, yo, I don't want to do that. So I was a very angry kid growing up. I used to fight all the time. MMA. Was a heavyweight in Bellator. That was like once upon a time before I started rapping. My favorite drugs, to make it a little lighten up, and it is psychedelics, because it like allows me to think, and it allows me to be myself, and it allows me to take away the assumption that people have allowed to build up of me. It allows me to just be me and just kind of and not have to be what they want me to be, the big guy who has to be very strong and have to like always knock somebody out. I can be the guy who wants to love and just show people like that we're all hurting for something. We're all fighting to get to the same exact spot, So I feel that like psychedelics is a very beautiful thing, Shrooms, I love shrooms, I love acid, I love DMT, I like rolling, I like ecstasy, I like to feel, because I never used to. I used to cut that off, and I felt like that wasn't fair to the world, because now that I feel, I have a lot to give to the world, so I've been able to make my music and kind of like put my feelings into my production to where now I put my feelings into my words, and then I allow the world to kind of feel it out. Maybe I can relate to them that way versus like getting caught up in like the trends and things like that, more so just the vibe. Swim with me, So I have a song called Swim With Me. It's pretty dope, But yeah, drugs is my view of drugs is a little bit different. Everybody's making it to be taboo. I look at it to like really tapping into yourself, because you're already a loner when you do drugs. So it's like, why all of a sudden like you want to shy away from that? So I get more in depth with like my mind and try to figure out like what's really bothering me. Is it me, or is it that person, what they said, or their actions and things like that? So I love the psyche, So I like psychedelics. So that's kind of like my little thing. So I do drug salads, I mix everything, a little bit of all types of stuff, I'm not a heroin addict, I don't do lean, I don't do Xans, I do uppers, psychedelics.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? So I'm not like a perk guy, like once upon a time, back in Vegas and shit. But now it's kind of being opened and like being enlightened to things. Now I kind of want to stay and kind of vibrate at those high energies versus low energies. Because I definitely believe in that.
So do you have any, tips, I guess? Because just, speaking.
So tips
as far as like, because when people rave, I learned this from a friend. They have like little vitamins and shit you could take.
Yes.
Beforehand and after. So when I say tips, I mean like if people use drugs heavily.
Yes.
How like maybe healthy options that are helping them not overdose or whatever. Like just maybe a little.
Okay, so these placebos aren't gonna fix what your body already has, and it releases serotonin. So if you don't replenish your serotonin, you're not gonna get your fix. So you can sit here and try to be dumb and not like want to go eat, or not want to go to the gym, or not want to detoxify yourself, or all that, because you can spend thousands of dollars a day and still not get that high. You're chasing the dragon. So now you're an addict. No one wants to be called an addict, you know what I'm saying? So like, be a scientist and take care of your body, you know what I mean? So yes, you can take vitamins afterwards and things like that. I like to do fastings after, I like to do a heavy detox. definitely eat before you pass out or go to sleep, even though if your body doesn't want you to. Or your mind, your body wants you to, because like there's times where I've been on acid, like dude, I want to eat, and I've ate and it was just like ate everything. You know what I mean? It's just literally your mind. It's psychedelics. You know, your mind will trick you into thinking that you don't need certain things. So Jamba Juice is great. 7-Eleven has naked juices, and so does a grocery store. Those definitely saved my life. And also, it's not gonna fulfill it, man. You want to have fun. Drugs are for fun, bro, not for your crybaby. Not to be a crybaby, straight up. So that's the best way I can explain it. You know what I mean? Like, why we did it was to have fun. You know what I mean?
Thank you. We really do appreciate the insight, of course. Do you have any upcoming shows, projects?
I got the 24th with 10,000 Hours. I'm super excited for that. I look forward to that. I love the vibes, and it's like always my favorite shit to always like deal with is 10,000 Hours. So deal with that shit. There's a rap battle coming up in LA that I'm gonna be performing at. It's an all-girl lineup. I'm gonna be there on the 30th, along with Amy Ruthless. She's dope. She's tapped in with her shit. Definitely tapped in with her shit. But I have some music dropping. Everything that I'm gonna be performing on the 24th is unreleased. I've been performing my unreleased stuff now for a long time now, and it's time to kind of drop it. I'm very personal with my art, and so I hope that you guys could take it personal and just love it, and not judge it. So,
We love your shit around here. So, are we actually gonna get a verse or something from you today?
fuck it, let's do it. I'm beamed up, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely in my feelings, you know. Thank you guys. That was dope.